No. Big no. That's a big fat no.
Hey, yes.
Hello everybody, hope you're well. If you're long-term subscribers to this channel, first and foremost, thank you very much. But you might remember this garden room that we started to build about 18 months ago. If you're new to the channel, hello, hope you're well. Thank you for being with us. If you want to watch all these videos, they're a little packaged up for you, a beautiful little playlist that is in the description to this video. However, don't go anywhere just yet, because in front of me, behind you, is the main house. And that's where we're going to focus our attention for the next about 12 months. It's our biggest job we've ever done. They don't come much bigger than this anyway, to be honest. We've been here for about a week and we've uncovered some quite serious structural defects, to the point where we've had to call the professionals in, so to speak, and down tools for a bit. We're going to go through them now. We're going to go through what the job is going to be over the next 12 months. And then at the end, we're going to have a bit of a chat. Right then, we're going to go in, I'm going to show you, but on a building terms, this ain't for the faint-hearted, so you might want a pillow tied behind. Right then, well here I am on the first floor. Now it's that noisy here at the moment with all the machinery. I'm having to wait for everyone to go home in order to do a bit of filming, and it's going to be dark, so apologies for that. But as you can see, we've been here about a week and a half, and the lads, to be honest, I've been busy working on my house, so this is down to Rich, Matt and Mick and our new lad Elliot. I've ripped all this out to bits, as you can see. Now we haven't filmed a lot of it simply because it's a carbon copy of my house really at this stage, although if you like those videos you're going to love these, because this is my house times 100, probably even more than that. I'm probably being generous to myself there, to be honest with you. So it's all going great guns. You rip out because all the walls are coming out, the roof's coming off in its entirety, all the walls upstairs and downstairs really are starting again. It was all going well until Richard sent me this video where he uncovered the floorboards in the main bedroom, the front facing bedroom, and found that there was furring strips under the floorboards to pack it out back up to somewhere near level. Now, we've all them ripped out, and then we started taking the plaster off the walls. It got from bad to worse. I'll turn you around and I'll show you now. Said bedroom, to look at now, to the untrained eye, well, you know, whatever, have a skim past it. Doesn't look that bad, not on camera as I'm looking at it like this, but it feels bad. It feels like it's sloping out, and I'll show you just by how much it is. So if I turn my laser level on, bear with me a second, there we go, and as you can see, it's just kissing the floor there. And as we follow that laser line across over the 5 metre length of this room, nearly to the millimetre, we are out 200 millimetres in 5 metres. I mean, to be 200 millimetres out at all is bad, but over this short stretch, that is horrendous. 200 mil, nearly as good as 2 course of bricks there, as you can see, out over this stretch. What is causing that? And just to compound the fact, let's see if this works. If you put a ball on your floor and push it away from you, it's not supposed to roll back. So what's gone on? The fact that there's a problem is one thing, but we've got to work out what's caused it. So, are there any cracks in the walls? Yes, there is, look. There's cracks there. Okay. Does that crack denote 200 millimetres of subsidence? I don't think so. If that was any other house, that wouldn't really bother me that much. We could heli fix it. There's all different remedies to sort that out. But 200 millimetres, what's gone on? Well, let me bring your attention to the front wall. As you can see, it's timber frame. Now we seem to think that at some stage in its life, the straw or the wattle and daub or whatever would have been in between these panels has been removed, and bricks have been put in its place from top to bottom, packed in. Now if you couple that with the horrible design of the front of the house, which I'll show you in a second, it makes sense that all that weight is going that way. But is it really gone 200 millimeters? Well, let's have a look at this corner where it should be bonded in. Of course it isn't, because we've gone timber frame to brick construction, two different things. And that is not tied in any way, shape or form. In fact, if I just go around this side, oh yeah, there's daylight for you. That's always worrying when you're stood inside and you're not looking through a window. So something's going on here, but again, that gap does not denote 200 millimeters. Now if I stand here, and you see if I can cast your eye up there, I don't know if you can see that, but above this window, that is falling in, not away. That's falling in quite considerably. So the weight of those bricks are coming back into the house. So again, that's worrying. Now what we were hoping to do, at the sort of day one, week one sort of thing, due to the nature of the job, is start at the top and work our way down. Get rid of the crap inside, take the roof off and work our way down. Well, now it's got to a point where we think that there's something going on here to such an extent that it's actually the roof structure that's holding it up. If we start taking that off, even if you start taking the weight off it, that could destable this front even more than what it is, to the point where it could go, and that, well, we're in no man's land then, aren't we? That is a complete nightmare that we do not want to live through. So that then led us to looking at the roof structure. I mean, it's all fairly standard. There's nothing really out of the ordinary here, until we look at bits like this. Well, I don't know if you can see that, but those two timbers should be at least touching. I mean, joined in would be nice, but it's pulled out, so it looks as if it's pulled out. Just the nails there, just showing. So, what's gone on? Well, we've had the structural engineer out, we've had the architect out, and we've had a bit of a conclusion, and we'll go into that now. But before I do, let me just show this horrible design of the front that I was talking about, and all the houses next to it. You know, about 5 up and 5 to the left and 5 to the right. I won't film them if I can help it. Are all the same, and they have got this horrible overhang. That's the bedroom that we were in, and look at this overhang here on just these 2 gallows brackets here, and that's it. And this wall here is solid bricks all the way up on about, what's that, 1.5 square meters of just overhang, of openness either side of this bay down here. Horrible, isn't it? So, what did the structural engineer think? Well, he made quite a compelling argument to the fact that, believe it or not, it was built like it. The cracks don't marry up with 200 millimeters of subsidence. There's no great shakes externally, there's nothing showing. And he reckons, quite rightly, that the bricks that are inlaid within the timber frame are the same bricks the rest of the house is made of, so it's not a retrofit. So you reckoned that those bricks were placed in at the time of building. The floor's been put in wrong. The horrible design of the front isn't helped. It's sunk a little bit, but not 200 millimeters. The fact that the bricks are just stacked in, so they're not doing its thing of being bonded properly. So the weight load is all pinpointed. It's all just straight down in various places rather than spread like it should be. Yeah, and that married in with poor workmanship is the issue. Now, from our point of view, we still can't take the roof off because the issue still exists, regardless of what's causing them, really. So, what wasn't quoted for was the removal of that front of the house, and now it's got to be taken down in its entirety. All the bricks first, then the window, then maybe the roof above it, and taken down that way, and then rebuilt. So he's going to go and design us some steels to put in, of course, steels. We're going to push our agenda of having it all timber framed, the front, just to keep that weight off, because it's still got to be cantilevered. Well, maybe not cantilevered, maybe hopefully we can get posts rather than gallows brackets that are rotting as well. So there's a fair bit of work to do out there. This, as I say, wasn't quoted for. Now, as if that wasn't the only issue that we've got. Well, the drawings don't fit onto the piece of land that we've got to work with. And we'll talk about that now. Well, as you can see, there's the original part of the house, and this is original too, but it sticks out a bit. But we've got to come take all that down to make way for the for the first story extension to about here. And then from here, our extension is 8 metres that way. Now, as you can see, if we come 8 metres in line down there, we are perishly close to this wall. And this wall, for part of it, is only single skin, and from the neighbour's side, it is 3 metres tall. It's a big one, because they have had done what this client wants done, and all the ground excavated and moved back. Which means then, whilst this side ground level was there, they wanted the privacy, so they built this tall wall. So it's only 6 foot from our side, so to speak, like a normal fence height. But from their side, it's 3 metres. Not a problem until we start taking this ground out. All of a sudden, that wall becomes very, very dangerous. If we were to take all that out, undermine the footings, weaken it, gust of wind, that could quite easily go. That is a no-go scenario. We're not having it. Now, the neighbour, I beg your pardon, the client, always wanted to maintain an alleyway down here to get the bins down. So they were more than happy to move the extension in. Keep away from the wall, keep the alleyway. Simple. However, you know, I've always wanted to do a video with an expensive backdrop, and the price of OSB nowadays, finally I've achieved it. Brilliant. What has changed as the clients sort of changed their mind, and they want this extension as far out as they possibly can. We've offered an alternative, which means not rearranging the first story part or the roof. That's sort of been put back to a worst case scenario plan now, and they are going to the neighbours on each side and asking, can we take your fence down? Can we take your wall down? Can we push it all out? Can we then rebuild all your stuff as it was? And we're waiting for a decision, because if we do have to go to the worst case scenario, the plan B, that means our shape of our footings has to change. So we can't dig the footings now until we know exactly what we're doing. Couple that with the fact of what's going upstairs, with all the structural stuff, there's a chance that this can grind to a halt for a bit. Who knows? Bear with us. Now, we've got enough footage to get us through one more episode. Rich is going to be presenting that one for next week, so don't worry, you know, we're all right. We're not on the ropes just yet. But we'll go into all future episodes now, and exactly what this job entails. Yes, there's issues. Yes, it's not off to the best of starts, but in a nutshell, what exactly is this job? Well, our mission that we have chosen to accept is to change the front of the house into this, and the rear of the house into this, and everything in between is being ripped out and started again. The roof's coming off in its entirety, the structure, everything being rebuilt with the addition of a loft room. The back of the house, as you can see here, all that is being demolished, and there's going to be a 3 metre out first story extension, which is on top of a 8 metre, yes you heard, 8 metre out single story extension. That's the width of the house, which is 10 metres. There's a lot to do, a hell of a lot, which begs the question, how do you want it presented? We could quite easily do a week on week vlog from here, basically just progress reports. Or would you want to see actual stages of the job complete? There's that much to do. We're here for a year. We're going to put that over to you. You tell us in the comments how you want this job and everything within it presented, and we'll do it for you. Oh, I nearly forgot, there's also 8 meters of ground to take out after the 8 meters of extension. Quick maths, blah, blah, blah. Yep, that is 16 meters of ground I've had to take out. And just to give you a little snapshot, oh, there's a lot. We're ahead of ourselves in terms of footage, and we quite don't know how to package it and present it to you. So we've put it over to you. You tell us, and we'll give it to you the way that you want it. Can't say fairer than that now, can we? So get your thumbs out, put it all in the comments, and the next episode will be, well, whatever you want it to be. Until then, take care, and thanks for watching.